So Silent Friend intertwines three different timelines, each with its own rhythm and pace. And how did you approach the challenge of translating these different perceptions of time into the visual and stylistic of the movie?
Well, we worked in one botanical garden, a really old one, several hundred years old, and quite small. So our heroes, or human heroes, are walking down the same path, are entering in the same buildings in different seasons and in the stretch of 120 years. So it was actually a really attractive and entertaining task, first with the cinematographer, Gergely Palos, to make the storyboard, to find those camera angles, what we repeat in each story, the same lenses, but in the same time, so to show the same spaces, but with a different light, different style, and of course also different materials. So we use certified black and white, 60 millimeters color and digital, and it was not just to help to feel the vibe of the era, but also to show the different perceptual worlds those people lived in. It was a very funny and very rewarding, pleasurable process to make these repetitions and the differences as well.
The ginkgo tree almost becomes a character itself. It's a lonely witness, a lost soul, and almost a central element. What drew you to this tree in particular, and how did you build its presence on the screen?
I wouldn't say almost.
Yeah, it is actually.
Yeah. Today we look at zoos very differently than, let's say, 20 years ago. But we can say more or less the same about a botanical garden as well, because plants actually have a really rich social life, and when they are brought by human force into a garden, they are quite isolated because they are torn away from their original habitat, natural habitat. So that's a place of beauty and loneliness, and even among them, a ginkgo tree is a really lonely one, because once the whole globe was covered by ginkgos, and just in one little corner of China and Japan remained some species, some examples of this tree. So this ginkgo tree, our plant protagonist, is standing among those who actually pushed them out of existence, who made them extinct.
In the greatest storyline set in 908, you highlight the struggles of being the only female students in a male-dominated world. How much did you want to point out the evolution of gender dynamics across the century?
Actually, the 20th century was the century of changing of gender roles, and I don't think that it happened because humanity just wanted to be kind to women. I think it was a sort of necessity that humanity can't just waste half of the creative energy of mankind. We need everyone, and in the same time we don't have to guard the fire in the caves anymore. So we see a campus, a university campus, and it's very natural to see these new and new generations arriving to the same space and being so different in every sense. It sheds life also to the change of the gender roles, but also to many other changes, how we approach the world around us. So Greta lives in a very structured, very rigid time. The 70s, Hannes, another student, is very free flying. The grass you couldn't walk on before because it was guarded by little fences. Now it is let's say the living room of the campus. The very well shaved and cropped hairs are just freely growing. And 2020, our near present, shows an amazing mixture of students coming from every corner of the world, but also the alienation, the loneliness, the tension. We just wanted to make it feel that even just 100 years, our perception of the world changes so radically. So just imagine a bit longer period, how ephemeral it is, what we call reality.